What's up, guys? Welcome back to another mundane ramble, or if you can call it a mundane ramble, it's pretty much just a update ramble at this point because it's not up on a Monday and I'm not even recording it on a Monday. So yeah, it's just pretty much a update ramble, or a mundane ramble, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, yesterday I totally spaced out. Um, I got distracted working in my garden and trying to get that ready for shit, just because I I put it off a little too long, I guess. Still going in earlier than I put it in last year, hopefully. Um, but no, I've ran into some problems beginning of the year. I was, well, I can just wait because I worked the field up last year. It's gonna be easy. And then, when I went to start working it up, I had to fix some implements because all my shit are from the fucking 40s and 30s I'm using. Uh, Pulling behind my fucking 1940s Ford 9N. But yeah, so every year I've got to do some kind of fucking work on something. Just how old it is. The tractor though, she still runs beautifully. But the implements, they're worn, abused. When I first started using them, I didn't know what the fuck I really was doing because, you know, what's that, Grandpa? Don't put it in this and do this. Why? Oh, that's why. Fuck. You know, just learning shit as a kid on it, and then forgetting things, and then even now I still fuck up with things in the wrong, put things in the wrong gear while using it, fucking wrong depth because why not just fucking hee-haw this shit? We can go in one go. Yeah, it doesn't work that way on some old things, and I guess some newer, but yeah, so I got off to a late start with that because certain things wear out. And then I worked up the garden nice and easy. Then I was like, I'm going to start to plant. And then, that was like last week or the week before last week, I was going to plant. I think it was last week because the week before last week, I think we had a chance of frost or we did have frost. I don't know. I know one week I had all my shit outside getting ready to plant them. And then, you know, a frost fucking hit that wasn't supposed to hit, and I lost a couple things because I left my windows in the greenhouse open because who would think, But yeah, so I had to replant, restart those. Those are tomatoes and peppers and shit. I plant like squash and shit like that from seed out in the garden. But yeah, so I replanted those and then I started working the garden up, got that nice and worked up, and then I sat there and realized because I told some people, oh, I lost all my seeds. And then I told another group of people, oh, I lost all my seeds. And then they were like, oh, well, we're going to buy you some seeds. And then they're like, oh, no, we're going to buy you some seeds. And then they got me seeds together. And, so I was like, the person I am, okay, fuck yeah, I'm going to plant all these. And then the seeds that I actually thought I lost, they came right back up. So I've got like almost triple what I was going to plant this year. So I decided to increase the garden, and you know, that's what got me distracted all day yesterday because when I decided to increase it, I had to get things ready, got those ready, and then for the last 3 days I've just been out there fucking nonstop, fucking 8 hours, working the field, getting everything. Well, not I guess not 8 hours. I've been on and off doing it, but working the field and shit like that. And that's something I love doing. But yeah, and I say working the field because my garden is one just over 1 acre. Uh I guess it's not technically a garden at this point. It's just my little farm. But yeah, so hopefully by today I'll have everything worked up and have everything planted before the end of the before you know the end of the first week of next month because That's my deadline. Any later than that, then I'll be planting when I planted last year, which was shit. But yeah. I think last year I planted just at the end of June, maybe. But yeah. Which wasn't too bad. Everything came up in time and produced a lot better than I thought they would. Because I planted everything late. But yeah. So hopefully this year, at least the stuff in the first section, because last year was the first time working up the garden area I worked up and used. So things there are going to grow a lot better this year because the soil's nice and worked up. I've worked in manure and shit into it. And the new part of the garden is going to be, same as last year's first part because it's freshly worked up. But yeah. And that's like, I don't know. I only increased it by a little bit, but by that little bit was extremely long passes instead of just keeping it, a couple passes this way in this one section is all I was meant to do. But then I was like, you know what, I'll just keep going. And then, now I got a 1.15 acre garden. So I've got plenty of room for my plants this year. Yeah, other than that, I've been, out there fucking around because that's something I enjoy doing. And last week, I did my first DoorDash deliveries, which were interesting. Didn't talk to a lot of people because everything was just leave it by the door, take a picture, and knock and walk away. Or people would tell you not to knock and to just walk away, which, I'm fine with that. I don't like interactions, so it's a perfect thing for me right now. But yeah. So I really haven't recorded anything new, done anything. I haven't worked on any of this land shit. But I still got the rest of this week. Hopefully, I won't get too distracted planting and stuff this week, which might happen because I don't know. The garden is something that takes priority to me, I guess. But yeah. And I've been distracted working on this behind me. It's I guess I forgot I put that I had that reflecting that screen. This is a little, I don't know, song I've been working on, I guess. I don't fucking know. But yeah, that's something I've been distracted with too. Every time I come up from the garden, covered in dirt and shit and dust and everything else, I sit down here, take a break, I hit the bowl, and I come up, play with this shit, then I go back out there and come back up and do this. Then I sometimes edit a shirt in between. It depends. But yeah, I've been mostly fucking around with music and shit like that just because it's something that really catches me and fucking around things like this. There's so much you can do with these programs that you get like you'll get a beat made and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna write a song with this. I'm gonna do something with this. And then while you're looking to fill that one spot that's missing just the right sound, you find a different sound that it's not going to work with this song, but I've got an idea for it. So then you start another project with it and then shit like that. And that's what I've been doing. I've got like files now of different melodies I've started and shit. I'd play it right now, but this I don't have OBS set up to record audio coming through the speakers I have that hooked up to. But maybe I'll add it in like a background. Maybe it's already played. I don't know. Maybe I put it in the beginning. And now I'm just talking about it and you're now figuring out, oh, he wrote that shitty ass thing that was playing low underneath everything. Yeah, I probably am if I did make it play. But if not, I also wrote the silence that's behind me. I'm very good at that. Silence is something that I can write perfect. No. But yeah. Anyways, I don't really have, I guess, too much time to sit down and record because it's getting a little later in the day. I've got to go do some fucking do some different shit. I got to go out and finish playing around in the garden before it rains because it's supposed to rain today sometime, and being out in loose dirt when it rains is not fun because things get muddy, then muddy gets everywhere. Then you track mud through everywhere and you get yelled at because there's mud everywhere. And then you just start laughing because, oh well. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I don't really have too much to talk about besides what I just did. Um so hopefully you guys like this. Or I don't fucking know what I was gonna say there. I might have hit the pipe a little too many times. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'm sorry I didn't put this up on Monday, but I'm putting it up on a different day. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.